Good evening, and thank you for joining The Way That I See It. This is the show where KiKi and Cousin Chan give their thoughts on everything that's happened during the week. No topic is off the table. Everything from relationships, religion, news, politics, and even reality TV. Now broadcasting live from our studios, welcome KiKi and Cousin Chan.
All right. Welcome to The Way I See It, this week's installment. I am KiKi, and this is,
I gotta say my name?
Cousin Chan, who never wants to be obedient. And just always remember, we talk about the things that happen throughout the week that we find important, that we just want to talk about and tell you the way we see it. So just remember, we don't make the news, we just report it.
So I'm not doing that much.
You know what? This is that bullshit. This is how it always starts.
You make me do this.
Whatever. Anyway.
I was happy upstairs watching the movie.
Well, you saw it.
Oh.
Okay. Just in the nick of time. You came sliding in the home base. So, all right. This week we're going to talk about a couple things that have happened during the weekend. It's been an interesting week, I'll say. What you think?
It has been interesting. Well, I mean,
okay. Well, you
remind me.
Okay,
refresh my memory.
Well, first of all, we're gonna start like we always start with reality TV and Real Housewives, the Atlantis finale. Reunion. We were able to see the actual fight between Portia and Kenya, which wasn't actually a fight. Actually, it was I grab your hair, I drag you down to the ground across the floor, and I don't know what we see off the camera, and then next thing we know, they pulling her up. I mean, she laying on the ground. But what I think was interesting, the whole time she's on the ground, Nene got her covered like this, like, stop talking.
Yeah, because she don't want her bullshit to be, she don't want her to release none of the bullshit that she did, because we know what you did.
Yeah, we know you picked her.
We know you picked her. We know you lifted her ass up and started playing Geppetto.
Yep.
Behind the scenes. And when that bitch got on the stage, she was already full of curse juice, and we all know that Kenya was going to try to fuck with her. And Nene knew that Kenya was going to try and fuck with her. And she did. She pulled out that bullhorn. That shit was funny.
It was funny.
That shit was funny.
It's funny, but I would say this.
Mm-hmm.
The producers know better in some instances that certain things.
That is good television.
I understand it's good television, but what I'm saying is it's inappropriate to all the other women. You don't get the opportunity to speak over anybody else. Every time somebody wanted to talk, she wanted to talk over them. And then when you couldn't overtalk her like you thought you would, you gonna pull out a bullhorn. That's unacceptable to all the other ladies who's there.
But all the other ladies wasn't talking at the same time. She didn't pull out the bullhorn on anybody else but Portia. On the
that was her attempt. That was who she was going, because she knew she could get away with it.
Right. That's the one that
she thought she could get away with.
Well, here's the thing: hit dog will holler, and you kept poking at the hornet's nest, and the hornet's nest bit back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying
you condone violence.
She's saying that. But what I am saying is that if you poke at it long enough, everybody can get picked.
Yeah.
Everybody can get picked.
Absolutely.
And the most non-violent person can get picked. Even Martin Luther got picked. Martin Luther King Jr., even he got picked. It ain't on record.
I get it.
But he got picked.
I understand it, but my point to all of that is that at some point, the producers, in a break, should have been like, okay, Kenya, enough, we get it. You did it the first time. You know, it's a distraction and it's unfair. First of all, you doing it in this girl's face.
That means you're playing fair. And they weren't trying to make it play. They were trying to make good television. Ratchet ass, confrontational television.
My problem with Bravo in this whole situation is not that you're not making good television, but you can't have it both ways. You can't say that we don't like it like this, we don't want y'all to do this, we want everybody to be respectful, blah, 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 blah.
When did they say that?
This is stuff that they said to the cast behind the scenes. And then you allow this fuckery to happen, this, and then want to say, oh, it's the whole throw the rock, hide your hand type shit. They pretended like, oh, we didn't know. You knew that girl was on the edge.
Well, here's the thing. Respect comes to the point where I put my hands on it. That's the only part they're worried about, because all that cat fighting, that's what they've been promoting the whole. They didn't show no kumbaya moments. Everything was, ratchet ass, ran calls out. So the producers knew exactly what they was doing.
And they're absolutely always saying on the other hand too that we're embarrassed, we don't like it, it was gross, it was this, it was that, and all that other
when
stuff.
You put your hands on somebody,
but you set it up. for it to happen.
Absolutely.
You set it up for it to happen. And you knew it was going to happen.
Damn.
You just didn't see it coming from her.
Well, here's the thing. And I'm going to say, and I'm probably going to get fired, but whatever. That's what the color restricted people do. They poke and they poke and they pry, and they think that they can say anything to anybody until you decide to do this. And then it's, oh my God, I don't care. Oh, you can't do that. You can't put your hands on me and all that other good stuff. But that is what they do. And when you mess with non-colored restricted folks, they touch people. You can't talk to them in your kind of way.
Well, I get that. And they understand this. But, it's been a volatile situation. They knew they put all the chemistry ingredients together to get the damn thing to explode. And now you got it. So there was recently a report that Kenya made and had an interview with Associated Press saying that, she's considering not coming back, and especially if Portia is allowed to be on the show, because we can say whatever we want, but you don't put your hands on people, yada, yada.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Kenya, in all her messies, she can make good television. And Nene said that on that show.
Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, Watch What Happens Live. She can make good television. And she knows exactly what to push. She probably knows what to push more buttons
than what the producers would know, because they don't know how black people operate. They don't understand our culture.
Right.
So, yeah, I get it.
And then she produced her movies, and she does a lot of scripts.
Okay.
Look, man, I didn't say they were good movies. I just said she does.
All right, let's move on from her, because I'm so tired of this. We got a couple other stories that we need to talk about. One of them is that crazy lady down here in Georgia who was the nurse, the tech, who told these women that they didn't have breast cancer after their mammograms, and they ended up hundreds. People died because they didn't know.
Yeah, it's like 4 people that died, and they gave her like 18 months. I'm not understanding.
But you know what she said? Why she did it? Because she had a lot of stuff going on at home, and
she didn't feel like reading a mammogram, so she just wanted people to go home. It's like, okay, you're done. Bye. Everything is fine.
I don't like to use the race card. Y'all know that. Y'all heard me say it. But what I'm saying is this. Had she been me, I'd have been under the damn jail. And I wonder if the people who actually died were people of color.
I don't know, but they must have been because of the sentencing that they gave her.
You just proved my point.
Yeah, because the sentence that they gave her. They gave her like 18 months.
It's not okay.
4 people died.
That's murder.
Right. Had Nurse Medea did some shit like that, she would have been put underneath the bus, wouldn't have had no bond, no nothing, because her action caused 4 people to die.
Speaking of no bond, really quickly, and the inequity that happens in our judicial system. That lady today, that she was sentenced, she was held without bonds because she hit somebody that was on the shoulder on the freeway.
Oh, yeah, crossing the freeway.
And this fool was the one who crossed 4 lanes of traffic on a freeway out here. And she hit him, and he died at night. And so they took her to jail, and she has no bond. How do you not get a bond for an accident?
Again, I say, those color restricted ones get away with murder. Why?
I don't understand you, Georgia. I really don't understand you. Here. Listen. This girl had an accident, killed somebody, right? On accident, and gets no bond. Apollo Nida stole hundreds of people's identity, did a whole bunch of fraud charges, all this other stuff, and it's just a complaint. They haven't even indicted him yet.
Oh, but they will.
I'm not saying that they won't, but I'm saying this girl has already been indicted,
Problem is that she didn't have any money to bond out. That's why she was still in jail.
Okay.
So they're keeping her silly self in jail because of those factors. Because of the fact that you're poor and you really can't afford the high-powered attorneys, that's why we're keeping you in there.
She ain't T.I.
Yeah, no, she not on the T.I. bond.
Because he's the only felon I know that can get caught with a damn arsenal of weapons.
As a felon.
Right, that's why I say he's the only felon I know that can get caught with an arsenal of weapons and only serve like 18 months, 3
years, 18 months, something like that. But anyway, because I know down here, if you're a felon and you get caught with a weapon, it's 5 years. Then we're talking. Right. Then we talk about it.
But is that state time or is that federal time? Because his was federal.
Well, once again, it's 5 years, and then we talk about it.
Because it's 5 years state time, and then the feds come at you.
However,
whatever. But again,
however,
that just kills me. Come to think of, just very quickly, just a side note, since we talked about reality TV. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, but you showed me some of the stuff that was going on, and I'll get to that in just a second, because I was going to talk about two people from Love and Hip Hop, but we'll get to them in just a second. Yeah, two.
Okay.
But before that, let's talk about the fact that this Andre Johnson dude, rapper known as Andre Rocks,
MC
or
I don't know
Chris Bearer.
I don't know his name.
This fool jumped off his building, his apartment building, after cutting off his penis.
I don't understand that person. If you was gonna kill yourself, why dismember yourself first? I don't understand. I don't get it. If you was already gonna end it all,
how you gonna end it all jumping off the second floor?
And what did your penis have to do with it?
Well, nothing now, because they couldn't reattach that son of a gun. So his penis will have nothing to do with anything ever again.
I didn't understand.
And you're alive to tell about it. So I don't understand what. I mean, I do from a coaching and understanding the psychology of people and all of that. I understand that way.
Stop. Wait. Please explain. Please give us a tidbit of KiKi life coach on how that went down.
Okay, well, what we were talking about earlier, when we were talking about how people cut and hurt themselves and do all these other things, and people were like, I don't understand why they do that. Whatever pain it is that they're in, that pain they cannot control. So a lot of times they'll inflict pain on themselves that they know they can control when it starts, when it stops, how intense it is, how non-intense it is. And so that's where all that cutting and that self-mutilation and stuff comes from. Now, the disparity, we don't know if there's some type of chemical imbalance happening in his head where maybe voices were telling him to do this shit, or maybe he was seeing things, or whatever was going on that prompted him to do what he did and then jump off. Because he could have done what he did based on what he was hearing in his head, and then like, fuck, there's no need for me to live anymore, I don't have no dick, and then decide to jump off the roof. Like, I may as well end it all. You know what I'm saying?
So the laceration to the penis area came first.
Right.
And then
he didn't jump off the building and then say, let me cut my dick off.
Which came first, chicken or the egg?
No. He cut off his penis first and then jumped off. And they found
I guess you ain't got no other reason to live at this point.
That's what I'm saying. So we don't know the succession of events, and everybody that was with him said that there was no drugs involved. So if there were no drugs involved that you saw, he may have been self-medicating for some mental issues that he had all along. So again, the jury is still out, but I still think that that's some just crazy bonker stuff that, just as a lay person, you cut off your pity parts are gone.
And now you're a modern day eunuch.
You are a eunuch.
Modern day, because who does that? They haven't done that since medieval.
Well, that was because people did it to them, not somebody did it to themselves.
No, they used to do it to themselves because they wanted to be a part of that monarchy. So
That's
they
true.
would come and they would,
to prove their,
Ooh, did we just go through?
Yes, we did.
Okay,
we're educated. Even though we may say ignorant stuff, we are actually smart.
I say ignorant shit all the time, but I know some stuff.
Yeah, our resident Archie Bunker here, she doesn't, she's not always there at base level. She's not always at base camp. The other thing is Columbus Short, talking about mental illness. Columbus Short, and for those of you guys who don't know him by name, he is one of the gladiators for Olivia Pope on Scandal, and he's the black guy.
He's one of my favorite dancers. I really love him.
And from Step It Up and all that other stuff, and Drumline and whatever else. Was he in Drumline?
I don't think he was in Drumline.
Whatever, Step It Up, some dance movies, okay, whatever. And he played Lil Walter in Cadillac Records.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
And he's acting like Lil Walter right about now.
Yes, he is.
Because the reports are coming out that his wife filed for a restraining order because of some terroristic threats. He threatened allegedly threatened her by saying that he would kill her and kill himself. There would be a murder-suicide but
that's just the last altercation.
Yeah,
it was a couple of parts.
On the hill, he was arrested for battery and stuff, domestic violence and stuff with her, and also for two battery charges he has, assault and battery charges he has pending already.
But that dude deserves it.
Whatever the case, you got two active cases, not to mention the domestic battery, domestic stuff in the past, and now you got this. So she was granted the restraining order, and you hold a Scandal finale party.
Well, what is he supposed? What else is he supposed
I don't
to do?
know. I don't know.
Life goes on. I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
what else is?
It goes on now because you didn't kill her and kill yourself. But what
Yeah,
kind of yeah. That's what he has said. I will kill you and I will kill me. That's your solution, really, people? Is that where we've come?
Is that what the brain synapses said? You know, because we don't know what voices was in his head.
Oh, so now you trying to mock me?
No, 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 no. I'm helping KiKi Life Coach.
No, you're not
Trying to
helping me.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm going along with Miss KiKi Life Coach on saying with the what's the boy's name, the Andre the Wu-Tang boy, cutting his pee parts off and then trying to kill himself.
I'm sensing some damn.
There's no snide. There's nothing.
Okay.
There was nothing in there. I'm just saying we don't know what was going on in his head to make him think that. Just like we don't know what was going on in his head.
I just want to say for the record, if y'all get a chance to look back, that nigga's knuckles are jacked up. What he been doing, boxing rocks? That's because he keep committing domestic violence. His knuckles look like he got rheumatoid arthritis. Like, I don't know.
Because he got the short man syndrome. He got to fight everybody.
Man.
Just like he fought on boy. Now, a boy that he just got the battery charges again, he deserved that because he was talking about his wife. And if he's trying to make up with his wife, he already on edge. So you can't talk about.
Are you trying to make up with your wife, telling her I'm gonna kill you and
No. This was the one before he did that because he had just gotten a charge, and then he got that charge. But the charge before that, with the bar brawl or whatever.
Yeah, when he knocked the dude the hell out.
Yeah, he knocked
his teeth was clicking. Click,
click, click.
That's the click you get right before you hit the deck. Click. For those of y'all ain't never been hit, that it happens. Your teeth click for real. I'm not joking. They click for real.
And when you wake up, you wonder why your jaw.
Right, you figure out what. Look around. But anyway, that's the whole nother thing I just got. Speaking of domestic violence, Keyshawn Johnson was arrested and released on $20,000 bail today for a domestic issue with his ex-girlfriend. Apparently, he broke her phone and hurt her hand somehow in LA today. So
probably snatched it out of her hand and threw it against the wall or whatever.
Ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling.
These bras, man.
Can I ask a
question with your ex?
Can I ask a question? I know you're gonna be mad at me if I ask it. Is he still in the league?
No, he's not. He's an analyst on ESPN.
Is he? Okay. See,
yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's an analyst on ESPN. Okay. So I just thought I'd share that little tidbit of information as well. That he was, since I always have to do something sports, he was.
That's what you picked?
Hey, man, listen.
That the fact the Bulls lost the other day?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
I'm wearing red. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. All right, we'll go with that.
Yes, so the NBA playoffs have started as of yesterday. So, the Bulls lost to the Wizards.
Stranger things, but whatever. We can go. We can move on because I know you're about to turn the same color as your shirt. So
I'm about to turn up. Okay, speaking of turn up.
Don't do it.
What?
Whatever that was you were trying to do, don't do
that dance?
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh, okay. It's not cute? Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, don't judge me.
What's the next thing?
Don't judge me. It's my party.
You sure?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I started talking about reality TV and we talked about, I saw the trailer for Love and Hip Hop and you told me, because I couldn't understand. I was like, Benzino got shot? First of all, I didn't even know who Benzino was. But whatever. She was saying she was like, yeah, girl, he got shot by his nephew. And I said, well, what could happen? And then before I could say what could happen that would make your nephew shoot you, she said, at his mama's funeral. And I said, how pissed off do you have to make your nephew for him to shoot at you 6 times? Well, no, I'm sorry. You to get hit 6 times.
Something like that.
Something like either you got anyway. There was a discharge of a gun, minimum of 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
Whether contact was made or not.
He unloaded the clip
at your mama's funeral. Well, according to the story, he feared for his life. Now I'm gonna say this to y'all: if you have never seen Benzino's nephew, Chandra calls Benzino the runt of the litter.
He was the runt of the litter. It's like, okay, so just put the picture. Benzino's nephew is like maybe gotta be 6'5" from the picture.
He looked like Suge Knight, is what she said.
Right, he looks like Suge Knight, just big, solid, swole, full face, just man, just man. And then you have Benzino
barely filling out the frame of his picture.
He looked like the run of the litter. He did. He looked like everybody siphoned off all the good genes and just left him with whatever. And they left his ass at the pound to be adopted by some old lady. That's what Benzino looked like. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell could Benzino's little bitty ass do to you or say to you, Mr. Buff Swole Man, to make you want to shoot him 6 times on the expressway.
Well, my thing is this: are y'all in the caravan on the way from the funeral going to the repast or the burial? And what could he have done at that moment where you felt so threatened that you had to unload your clip on the freeway? Mm-hmm. Now, is he being held without bail?
That part I don't know, but I would assume so because you did it on the freeway, which means you put other people's lives in jeopardy. If you were just fearing for your life and the life of your family, you should have did that at the funeral or at the burial.
So you gonna shoot up the funeral?
Hey, whatever. At least you amongst friends. Now you putting other people.
Hey, if you was gonna do it, I say if you was gonna do it, the best place to have done it would have been at the dang on cemetery. 1, everybody already dead there. 2, if they die, just get them in the hole. They done. It's it. Then taking care of everything once that.
Best way would have done it to wait to the repast where everybody going to eat and say, come here, let me talk.
And then stab him with a steak knife.
Then let loose. And then you pull him to the side. So now it's my word against yours. I'd be like, you pulled out something on me.
Cut him with a razor blade.
Yeah.
But his nephew apparently says that he has the text messages where he threatened him. And you know what? Benzino may catch some charges for terroristic threats and all of that other stuff. That very well may happen. However, there was no imminent threat. So, I mean, because the threat had abated. You were in a vehicle. You were going. You could have pulled off. You could have done everything. Miles per hour. There's no reason for you to have unloaded a weapon in a... Yeah.
He's going to catch some time for it. And he has kids. And it's going to be a shame that, the kids are not going to be able to see their dad for a while, but hey, our
dad should have handled things differently.
I'm just trying to figure out how mad are you that you feel or scared. Mm-hmm. I don't even call it scared. I'm like, how mad are you that you had to shoot your uncle at your grandmama's funeral? That's mad. I ain't never seen that mad.
That's
mad
or scared. Whatever emotion it is that you have, it's strong. It's strong that you felt like. So I don't think I think like he may have been afraid. We don't know what Benzino had been. We haven't seen those text messages. Right. We don't know what he had said he was going to do.
You had to
but I do know that one of them said something about if I was on site.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, the problem comes in, you did it on the expressway.
Yeah, you didn't do it in that moment.
Right.
He hadn't walked up to you.
Right.
I can understand if y'all were even in the funeral home and the dude walked up to you and you pulled out and unloaded. Then you can be like, he threatened me. He had been threatening me all along. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what was going down.
Right, exactly.
But
we'll see how it plays out in court.
So the little runt.
The runt. God. I need to find that picture. Can you insert that picture?
Yeah, we can insert the picture.
Okay, I'm going to find that picture. I'm going to insert it for you. And then y'all tell us.
So, well, here's the picture. All right.
Now, now y'all tell us. Am I right? Does he look like the runt of the crew? Because he is.
I was like,
yeah.
Are they even Paul? I mean, are they really related? Like, other than your color?
They look alike. They have similar features.
Okay.
The eyes, the facial structure, they have similar, but it's just like one look like, I ain't even going to ask you about the movie, but one looks like he got sucked all the life out of and put in the other.
It's kind of like, did y'all see Big? Not Big. Did you see Twins? Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito?
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like.
All right. Come to think of Love and Hip Hop franchise.
Yes. Okay.
There are a couple things that I have a problem. I'm taking issue with this franchise, other than the fact that it's getting more and more ratchet every season. And I'm one of those people who always ask, how far can we actually go? And they're showing us exactly how far they can go.
I think we're there.
And with any time that you would start taping again, to include the fact that this man got shot after y'all had already concluded production, should tell you how low you guys are going to go. Let elephant in the room.
Okay.
Is this Mimi Faust and Nico, whoever that cat is, sex tape? Now, let me say this. I was on a friend of mine's show, and she brought up the conversation, and I said to her, because she was talking about, she said, it's not porn, it's a sex tape. And I had to tell her very clearly, in no uncertain terms, A sex tape is a tape a video that I would make me and my personal, with just me and my person. The light would be messed up. There would be no camera setups. Yeah. There would be no special lighting.
No tripods floating
won't be
around.
no wardrobe, hair, and makeup. None of that other stuff. When you start to make a production out of the fact that you are having scenes, and then you got different setups and different shots and all this other stuff, sweetheart, that is porn. And you're getting paid for it. A sex tape is something that's for our own personal pleasure. And when you get paid to have sex on tape, that's pornography.
Absolutely.
That was a porn tape. Let's call a spade a spade. Absolutely. Now, my concern with all of this is, hey, you a grown woman. You can make whatever kind of tape you want to do. Absolutely. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. Absolutely. But you can't play defensive and say, fuck all you motherfuckers got something to say. I this, that, and the other. But then want to cry boogers and snot during the trailer talking about, well, I got a daughter. You weren't thinking about your daughter. When you had a moment, there are plenty of moments where you could say, you know what, I don't want to do this.
This ain't the best.
Because you got a contract. You had to go send it to your attorney. You had to sign off on it. All of this stuff. Anytime during that time you could have said, sue me, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And you decided to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. And you were not under duress in any way, shape, or form. So, you know, don't try to backtrack on it now and act like, oh, I don't have a problem with it. Oh, it's this, that, and the other. Knock it off. Knock it off. Mm-hmm. And people are upset with VH1. And they're upset with, Vivid Entertainment. I'm not upset
with Vivid.
I'm not upset with Vivid because they've been this is what they do. They don't make no apologies for it. This is how they've been making their money since their inception.
Them the only people I'm not upset with.
Now,
but everybody else,
Mona Scott, you are the one that I am taking issue with most of all. Mm-hmm. As a black woman, for me, it's insulting, and as a woman, for me, it's insulting. Absolutely. How far are you going to set us back?
Absolutely.
For you to even allow this, there should be some line that you will draw in the sand as the executive producer of this show
and say,
you know what, I do not want this type of message going out here for my franchise. Mm-hmm. Because I do know that there are a lot of young girls who are watching this show and who are emulating these women or looking up to these women in some way, as messed up as it is to use them as role models, if you are, and you would say, you know what, I'm okay with this. Let's use it as part of the storyline to punch things up and this, that, and the other, and allow this to continue. Mm-hmm. The best thing that you could have done for you as a businesswoman and to have respect from your peers would be to say, you know what, Mimi, thank you for all the years that you've been on the show. Mm-hmm. But this is something we're going to have to distance ourselves from. Good luck to you, yours, and everything that you plan to do in the future. But I can't have this a part of my thing.
Absolutely.
So that's my issue with that. Mimi, my issue with you is that you're a moron and a hypocrite. You talked about Jasmine like a dog. You called her all kinds of bitches and hoes, and then you turned out to actually to be the hoe. Mm-hmm. You got paid to have sex.
Sure did.
VH1, you're about your money, your business. Let's make our money. Okay, fine. We'll get in this this bullshit triangle with Mona Me Entertainment, Vivid, and us. We'll go ahead and do it. We'll make it work. But I don't think it's necessary for you guys to tell people on your site where they can go buy this tape and when it comes out, because you do have, like I said, young people who are
watching your
and
show
going to your site, and that's just inappropriate.
Because your demographic is young.
Yeah, it's inappropriate. I think it's reckless, and I think that it's irresponsible for you guys to do that. And that's the way I see it.
Well, I see it too.
And sue me if you don't like it. Well, don't sue me, but whatever. Yeah, good luck with that. Just want to let you guys know to listen to Playing Devil's Advocate on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, and 7 p.m. on the West Coast. We are talking about the Parent Trap, baby mama, baby daddy drama. So if you have an opinion, an experience, or anything that you want to say about the topic, go to www.blogtalkradio.com/PDA and join the conversation. And we'll love to hear what you have to say. That's it for us this week. I am KiKi.
Hold on.
What is it?
We need to go and extend the conversations because I didn't have nothing. I didn't get a chance to say nothing.
Well, say something then, baby.
I'm trying to figure out how I don't get a chance to say nothing. You put me on the show, but then you don't want me to say nothing.
Speak.
Okay. What I want to say in the extended conversation with the little Mimi Faust or whatever the fuck her name is that you got a lot of goddamn nerve taking doing this damn sex tape, knowing that you got a small child who's going to have to deal with this later on in life, and the most you can do is get on social media and tell us to fuck us, you gonna do whatever you want to do and get paid like that is some type of motherfucking badge of honor. Bitch, is you crazy? You have a daughter who's going to come up and want to do exactly what you did, and gonna come up with the same attitude, the same whatever you got. She's gonna want to emulate you. Now, if you don't want your daughter doing a goddamn porn tape, then why would you take a porn tape and put it out there for her and her little friends to be able to watch and then tease her for all the rest of her years in school?
Your mama's all. That's what's gonna happen.
And, right,
and all your little boyfriends gonna want to meet your mama because they gonna want to screw your mama.
Thank you. It's different if they want to screw your mama, not knowing, have already seen your mama's ass in the air.
And everything else.
But you know what? And inside of the trailer, here's my thing. You talked about you didn't know, you didn't care about the cameras. You're having such a good time. Oh my goodness, we're just doing all these wonderful things. Mm-hmm. And then the sex tape comes out, and now you like this, like, oh my God, I have a daughter. Bitch, you knew. You knew. You had hair, makeup, wardrobe, scene changes, all of that. It's not a sex tape, bitch. You made a porn. And then you had the nerve, after all of that, and you want to tell her, fuck me? Yeah, absolutely, fuck me in my goddamn opinion. You goddamn right. But then you have a video release party. Are you fucking serious?
Yes, she's very serious.
Are you fucking serious? You had a video release party.
Yes.
For that bullshit. Now I understand that, if the album, if it accidentally leaked and you decided, hey, fuck it, right, I'm going to get ahead of the game and do whatever. But that's not what you did.
Right.
That's not what y'all did. And y'all trying to play that shit for everybody else, but that's not what you did. I was bored at night, just not last night.
Can I say something?
Yes, you sure can.
I would have had more respect for her.
Absolutely.
Had she said, you know what? I thought it was a good idea at the time. And, after all of it, and I've had some time to think about it, you know what? If I had to do it again, I wouldn't do it, but I can't take it back now. Mm-hmm. I'd have more respect for you if you said that. I have more respect for you if it leaked. Mm-hmm. Or you did it, had a change of heart, and they released it anyway, mm-hmm, and you came out and said, you know what? I tried to fight it. There was some litigation of some sort. Mm-hmm. You said, I tried to fight it, but hey, there's nothing I can do now but move forward. And I apologize to my family and anybody that may be adversely affected by my action. Mm-hmm. And I would like to say to any of my fans that are of young age that this, and this. Mm-hmm. I would have more respect for you at that point, that you can't play both sides. Right. You can't say, oh, I'm remorseful here because I have a daughter, mm-hmm, but then fuck me to all the adults.
Right. And
because the adults are the one that's going to be watching your tape.
And that was my thing. I would be more sympathetic to her plight, or even just have more respect for her. And she just said, you know what? I do porn now. Ooh, I enjoyed it. I had a great time making it with me and my man. And now that we're in this, we're in it to win it.
Right.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Nope.
Bless your heart. You got to deal with your daughter and the repercussions of that shit. Bless your heart. But you cannot play both sides of the fence. Oh, woe is me on this end, and fuck you motherfuckers on this end.
And I know that's your defense mechanism. I understand it's your defense mechanism, and you're feeling now the judgment and all of that other stuff that comes on. But what you have to understand is that you live in a world where things are accessible. You made it part of the public conversation when you decided to film it, and when you decided to get paid and have it released. So, you have to think about things in the interim, before you actually do stuff, so you don't have to deal with the fallout, if you're not mature enough to deal with the fallout of it. And like I said, I don't tell people to apologize for anything if that's what you want to do. Right. If you feel comfortable, that's why I let Archie Bunker over here say whatever the hell she want to say, because she's entitled to say how she feels, and that won't get her fired. If for me, it won't. Because hey, you're entitled to that.
I'm gonna find it.
But what I don't appreciate is for people to sit up and play games and act like it's one thing when it's something else.
Because even in my most Archie Bunker moment, I'm never gonna take back what I say. I'm very methodical about what I say, and I don't take it back.
But you may take back the way that it came across. Meaning,
right, yeah, if it came across wrong, but I meant what I said.
I meant what I said, but I may not have meant for it to come out that way. Right, and that's what I'm saying about her. Exactly. If you meant to have this sex tape out there and you didn't think nothing else about it, and it is what it is, deal with it. Fuck all of you. Middle fingers up to all of you who got something to say about it. Then you should have thought about all the people who have to say about it would be your friends, your family, and possibly your young daughter. And I'm not saying that being a sex tape or doing porn will make you not a good mother, which is part of the issue that you may be having with your child's father now, trying to come after you, for custody of his kid because you did a porn tape. I don't think that has any bearing what to do on you being a good parent. What I think has some validity when it comes to your parenting is how you've handled the situation since then.
Absolutely.
So, we have to be mindful that, yes, if you were a single woman with no kids like me and I decided today I wanted to go do porn, I ain't got nobody to answer to but my mama.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
And then I can always say to my mama, I'm grown. Mm-hmm. I don't have anybody, but you, on the other hand, you got the court systems, you got the court of public opinion, you got your family, you have your daughter. And those eyes are the most important eyes because children don't learn by what you tell them. They learn by what you show them.
Absolutely. And just when you think they not watching,
they seeing it all.
They like this. They are. Their eyes are like this, and they're sucking it up. Trust me, the little terrorist upstairs, she amazes me every day by the shit that she sucks up and repeats back to me. So I know your baby is it's about to be interesting.
Yeah,
it is. It's about to
be if you're thinking for any second, and then we're gonna have to wrap this up. If you're thinking for any moment that she's young, by the time I have to explain it to her, you forgot we live in an instant microwave society. And the things that kids were privy to when we were their age, we didn't have access to, they have access to it every single day on their phones, on their iPads, on their computers, through their friends who have phones, iPads, and computers.
Through their television.
And through their television. So trust and believe. There's a conversation that needs to be had with your daughter. And I don't know how you're going to have an age-appropriate conversation with her at this point in the game, but you better do it before the streets do it.
Exactly.
And that's the way I see it. All right, now. Again, check us out. Any of our videos, go to Playing Devil's Advocate on Wednesday nights. And we'll see you next time. I'm Kiki.
I got to say my name?
Yes.
I'm Cousin Chan.
All righty. We're out the door. We can't do no more. Peace out.